Hello, myself Dr. Sunil Kumar. Friends, today I will here with the new topic of economics, business economics, and that is elasticity of demand. When we talk about the elasticity of demand, uh, the Marshall's theory is an important theory for the understanding to elasticity of demand. According to Professor Marshall, the elasticity of demand in a market is great or small according as the amount demanded increase much or little for a given fall in price or diminishes much or little for a given rise in price. According to Benham is also explained to elasticity of demand, and according to Benham, the concept related to the effect of a small change in price upon the amount demanded. A few types of elasticity which I am going to explain in lecture, such as price elasticity of demand and income elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand. Firstly, I want to choose price elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand measure of responsiveness of the quantity demanded of a goods in relation to change in its price. All other things being constant is called price elasticity of demand. Demand for the goods or services, generally elasticity of demand means price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand measures slope of the demand curve. According to Truett, price elasticity of demand is a ratio of percentage change in quantity demanded of a goods or services to the percentage in its price. All other things remain same or constant. Price elasticity of demand is equal to proportionate change in demand divided by proportionate change in price. That is EP is equal to delta Q by delta P multiply delta P by Q. EP is equal to delta Q by delta P, delta Q that is change in quantity or demand, and divide by delta P means change in price, multiply P by Q, price divided by quantity or demanded goods, where EP is equal to price elasticity, delta Q change in demand, delta P change in price. When we consider as a much explanation to price demand, price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity of demand divided by percentage change in price of goods. This formula is under the consideration of percentage, and percentage change in quantity of demand is equal to change in quantity of demand of goods decode as a dq divided by initial demand, that is q. Percentage change in price is equal to change in price dp and initial price p. Change in price dp divided by initial price, and that is decode as capital P. Therefore, price of elasticity is equal to dq, d small and q is capital, dq by q plus dp by p is equal to dq divided by q multiply p divided by dp is equal to dq divided by dp multiply p by q. Elasticity of the demand is negative, that is price and demand are inversely proportional. When one increase, other decrease. And second is income elasticity of demand. Measure the responsiveness of the quality demand for a goods or services to a change in the income. The people demanding the goods, other things being constant, it is calculated as the ratio of the percentage change in quantity demand to the percentage change in income. I am talking about income elasticity of demand. So, joined with income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity of goods divided by percentage change in income, and that is in formula dx, d smaller and small and x is capital, dx by x and divide by dy by y is equal to dx multiply y divided by dy multiply x, where dx is equal to change in quantity of goods, x initial demand, dy change in income and y initial income. Change in income shift demand curve from original position. In case of normal goods, increase in income leads to increase in demand of the normal goods. Other things being constant, this is the main important. Other factors, other things may be in constant position. New demand curve shift to right the initial position. Normal goods have positive income elasticity. In case of inferior goods, increase in income leads to decrease in the demand of goods. Other things being constant. New demand curve shift to left of the initial position. Inferior goods have negative income elasticity. Cross elasticity of demand, the measure of responsiveness of the demand of goods, that is capital X, towards the change in the third related goods, capital Y. All other things being constant is called cross price elasticity of demand. It is always measured in percentage term. Related goods are of two kinds, that is substitute and complementary goods. Cross elasticity is equal to percentage change in demand of goods, capital X, and percentage change in price of goods, capital Y. dx divided by dx divided by capital X divided by dpy oblique py is equal to dx divided by dpy multiply py by x, where dx is equal to change in demand of goods, capital X, as a result of change in price goods, capital Y. Capital X is equal to demand of goods X before change in price of goods Y, and dpy is equal to change in price of goods Y. Py is equal to price of goods Y before change in its price. That is the formula of cross elasticity of demand. Degree of elasticity of demand is value of elasticity can from 0 to infinite, and accordingly degree of elasticity are of the few types, that is percentage perfectly inelasticity demand, relatively inelasticity demand, and third is unit elasticity of demand, and fourth is relatively elastic demand, and last and fifth one is perfectly elasticity of demand. There are 5 types of degrees of elasticity of demand. With the figure you can see on the chart. In figure I am also considered all types of variations, and each elasticity of demand, each degrees have explanation in given figure. Firstly, I want to explain to perfectly inelastic demand. Inelastic demand means having no change in demand curve. Elasticity is 0. There is no change in quantity demanded when price changes. If you are going to change in price, there will no any type of change in demanded quantity, and the formula is dq by q is equal to 0. The quantity, demanded quantity divided by q is equal to 0. This type of commodity demanded curve D, you can see in curve D is vertical on which is shown in the figure, where change in price CF, change in price in C to F leads to no change in demand, and second is relatively inelasticity demand. 0 less than elasticity less than 1, or 1 is greater than elasticity and elasticity is greater than 0. In this type of elasticity, change in quantity demanded is relatively less than corresponding change in price. dq by q is less than dp by p. That means, as known in the figure, where change in price C to F leads to a relatively small change in quantity demanded A to R. Third is the unit elasticity of demand. Unit elasticity of demand means elasticity is equal to 1. That means in this case, percentage change in quantity is equal to percentage change in price. How much you change in price, your quantity will be accordingly changed. dq by q is equal to dp by p. As shown in the figure, you can see it in the figure. Demand curve D is a rectangular hyperbola, a dividing line between elasticity and inelastic demand. Change in price C to F is equal to corresponding change in demand AR. And number 4th, relatively elastic demand. In this case, the unit is less than elasticity. In this case, percentage change in quantity is greater than corresponding percentage change in price, and the formula would be dq by q is greater than dp by p. As shown in the figure, in the price C to F is less than corresponding change in demand AR, and the fifth and last one is perfectly elastic demand. Elastic is equal to infinite. In this case, minor or no change in price. leads to exceptional change in demand. Here a small increase in price will bring the demand to zero, and minor decrease in price will lead to exceptional demand. This is not possible in practical life. Demand curve is a horizontal line parallel to x-axis. dP divided by P is equal to 0. So that is the elasticity of demand, types of elasticity and degrees of elasticity. Thank you.